All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears. Now, everybody loves to talk about Justin Fields. Most of it is negative. And we saw the backup QB for USC last night in, a college football bowl game light it up. Like, he completely lit it up. He broke records, actually. And so we're looking into Caleb Williams because the Chicago Bears have the first pick in the draft. They're going to have 2 top 10 picks in this year's upcoming draft. And the whole discourse, the whole discussion in the last month plus, but honestly all season is, oh, Justin Fields can't do this or this or this. And you have the ability, you have the opportunity to draft Caleb Williams. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, you know my thoughts. I'm going with Justin Fields for at least another season because for me, like Caleb Williams, 2-9 in his last 2 seasons against ranked college teams. All right. But then it brings up a discourse where it's like, but wins are a QB stat when we're talking about Caleb Williams. But all of a sudden, wins become a QB stat when we're talking about Justin Fields. And I feel like Justin Fields, guys, Luke Getsy's calling plays. Like Luke Getsy's calling plays, and we've talked about this in our last couple of Bears videos since their victory 27-16 on Christmas Eve over the Arizona Cardinals. We're sitting here and we're talking about it. They're running Wildcat with the ball outside of Justin Fields' hands on 3rd and short. Justin Fields, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, is running in motion like he's about to catch a ball in the Wildcat formation. Luke Getsy's not the dude. And it's baffling to me that Luke Getsy actually has a job at the time of this recording on Thursday, December 28th. How is Luke Getsy still employed by the Chicago Bears? When you watch Justin Fields play, you can see it. You can see the talent there. All right. Now, obviously, we're talking the Chicago Bears in tonight's video. But before we get any further, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bears fans, I post a couple of Bears videos every single week on this channel. So if we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. It's just so crazy to me. I'm born and bred in the city of Chicago, the Chicagoland area. I went to college in Chicago. I'm from here. My entire family is Bears fans. My entire friend group is Bears fans. And it just baffles me, the dysfunctionality of the Chicago Bears organization, to be quite honest with you, for my entire life. I'm only 24 years old, but my entire life, and it starts with the owners. But here's the thing. The Chicago Bears have so many options this upcoming year, especially in the draft and especially in free agency. And whether or not you want to draft Caleb Williams at 1, or you want to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. at 1, or you want to trade back, it's all good. Because the Chicago Bears GM, Ryan Poles, has options. And the Chicago Bears have not had options like this in pretty much my entire life. But it's crazy to me that Justin Fields just gets critiqued at this level that I just have not really seen before. 15 of 27, 170 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Justin Fields had one bad throw in that football game, and it was the interception. And quarterbacks are going to make mistakes. But the Chicago Bears still won that football game. And here's the thing. 170 yards. Oh, well, he's only had one game over 300 yards. Well, folks, if I'm running the ball 39 times for only 250 yards and only 6.6 yards per carry, what am I? I'm going to run the freaking ball. Why am I going to throw a deep route when I'm up 21-7 at halftime against the Arizona freaking Cardinals? I'm not going to go call 20 plus passing plays in the second half because I'm running the ball for 6.6 yards per freaking carry. Khalil Herbert, over 100 rushing yards. Justin Fields, pretty much 100 rushing yards. Rashawn Johnson, almost 40 yards rushing. I'm going to call runs. And so, I don't know, man. I just don't really love the hate that Justin Fields gets. Just, whether or not you're a Bears fan or you're an NFL fan, it doesn't matter to me. I just think he gets the short end of the stick every single time. And what I want for him is I want a competent head coach and I want a competent offensive coordinator. And there's better options out there than Luke Getsy. Folks, I was at the game. I was at the Packers-Bears game week 1. I watched the film. We all watched the film. They wanted this dude, Justin Fields, one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the National Football League, to be Aaron Rodgers. He's not Aaron Rodgers. Now, Justin Fields can throw a nice football. And if you're an Ohio State fan, you know exactly that. He can throw the frickin' football. But when we look deeper onto this team, the center position, like what was the thought process with the center, with Lucas Patrick heading into the season? I can't believe it was an actual thought process. Justin Fields has two weapons, DJ Moore and the emerging Cole Kmet. Now, Cole Kmet's always been a sturdy, solid tight end in the National Football League since he's gotten into town. I'm a little bit biased. He went to my high school. I sat next to him in my senior year math class. I've got friends who are good friends with Cole Kmet. He's a great, like, Cole's like literally a stand-up dude. Those are his two options. And when we, like I said, look into the play calling, there's like 20 freaking screens behind the line of scrimmage every single week. And it's like, dude, you don't have the personnel to be doing this. If I had Tyreek Hill and DJ Moore and all these fast wide receivers, yeah, sure, let's throw some wide receiver screens. Let's do some jet sweeps. Let's get some guys in motion. But he's got DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, and that's literally it. How many touchdown drops does Robert Tanya need to have before we can admit, oh, Justin Fields has pretty much no weapons? And like we said at the beginning of this video, it's just funny to me how I don't think Caleb Williams is going to be that dude. I think he's a really solid quarterback, but I also think Justin Fields is a really solid quarterback. And Caleb Williams did not enamor me enough. I know he had a bad offensive line, but newsflash, so does Justin Fields. I know he had a bad offensive line, but I did not see enough from Caleb Williams where it's like he's the clear-cut first pick in the draft. And if he isn't, and we're having these discourses, we're having these discussions of, oh, well, you know, should they trade the number one pick to get more assets? Should they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. because he's such a great talent? Well, that just doesn't help Caleb Williams at all. In fact, I actually even saw a mock draft this afternoon that had Drake May going number one overall to Chicago. The NFL draft and what's mocked right now is going to be completely different than it is before the draft day. Like, I remember last offseason, Anthony Richardson, to me, was a top 5 pick. But that dude was nowhere close to a top 5 pick until pretty much the couple of weeks leading up to it, pretty much until his draft combine. And so what I want to preach to my Bears fans watching this video is patience, because you still have 2 games left on the slate. And just watch with your eyes and tell me that Justin Fields, with a competent offensive coordinator, an upgrade at the center position, and a wide receiver like Marvin Harrison Jr., tell me he's going to struggle. Oh, they blow so many fourth quarter leads. I'm looking at Eberflus's decision making, and I'm thinking to myself sometimes, like, well, why is that the decision here? So it's just interesting because USC just played in their bowl game last night and their backup quarterback broke record. So it's food for thought, and it's got a lot of people thinking. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. With the first selection in this year's draft, what are you doing if you're the Chicago Bears? Let me know down below. But as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.